Hello, I'm Martin Howard, and this is my book. It's rather brilliant. Cosmic Atlas of Alfie Fleet, 5-star reviews, available now. Go out and buy it. And now, some questions and answers. No, I've actually written about 100 books, I think. I lost count at about 30. But I've been writing for a living for about 13 years. I've written fiction for adults, non-fiction for adults, non-fiction for children. But writing fiction for children is really where my heart is at. It's always what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. And Alfie Fleet is definitely the book I'm proudest of so far. All started a very long time ago. It was about 15 years ago, in fact. I just started out as a writer, and one of the first ideas I had was a travel guide to fantastic worlds. Obviously, I couldn't use any other writer's fantastic world, so I had to come up with one of my own, and the only one I could think of at the time was Fairyland. And Fairyland doesn't really suit me as a writer. Pixies and unicorns and jingly bells and stuff like that. It's not really me. So I shelved it for a very long time, but it just sat and squatted in the back of my head until about 3 years ago I had an idea for the Unusual Cartography Club, which is a map-making society travelling the universe through stone circles. And it seemed like a really good idea to unearth the travel guide and marry the two together. And I'm quite glad I did, because it'd been squatting there for ages, taking up room, which I badly need to remember where I put my wallet. Well, it's a serious work of literature exploring the concerns and problems facing young people in the world today. I'm just kidding. It's about a young boy called Alfie Fleet who wants to buy his mum a foot spa for her birthday. When that happens, obviously, you can often find yourself stranded on the other side of the universe on a strange planet, and that's exactly what happens to Alfie. Along the way, he meets some really odd people. There's the professor, of course, then there's Derek, who's the under-16s running, hunting and beating people up champion of her tribe, villainous hairdresser Scum, then there's the noble Sir Brenda of Verminium, and weird elves and all sorts of other people. Oh, and of course, a dragon. Oh my. Well, I did once try writing outside in the summer under a tree, because that's the sort of thing that writers should do. It's very romantic, but it's really difficult to concentrate when there are insects crawling up your pants. So embarrassingly, I generally write in bed. It's not because I'm lazy, although I am monumentally lazy, but we've got 3 children and a dog, so it's the quietest place in the house, and it's warm and cosy, and I find that it's really easy to concentrate when I'm feeling warm and cosy. But it's a perk of the job. People say that writers have a difficult life, but when you can generally squeeze in a snooze during the day, I mean, how difficult can it be? My social media feeds are always being bombarded with top tips for writers from other writers and websites and what have you, and I'm really wary of them. I think writing's a really personal process and a really personal development, and I certainly hate people sticking their noses in on my process, darling. If I was running the Martin Howard School of Writing, I would probably tell my students that when you're writing, you're a god, a creator of worlds, so act like a god. Be powerful and terrible and give people a really hard time, make them suffer. Also, don't worry too much about grammar, because that's what editors are for. And that little part of you that still wants to believe in magic, don't ever let that die. Also, don't listen to anyone's advice, unless it's my advice, which is brilliant.